Today can be the turning point in your life by making a simple decision.
Fundamental questions of navigation. Where am I? Where am I going? And how do I get there from here?
I invite the leaders of our planet to ask themselves these three questions before they make any crucial decisions.
But if you don't make decisions, you're going to stay right where you are.
We are all map makers.
We are in a time of transition.
If we're going to change, we have to change the direction that we're going.
Our planet needs leaders who know where they want to go.
When we change the direction we're going, then we want to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Leaders who can see the big picture.
Because if we're not, we're going to either go backwards or we're going to stay where we are.
Recognizing the psychological and the spiritual shifts and changes that need to be made, often from the inside to the outside.
To be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm.
Complex journeys require navigation. The path to the truth is one such journey. This is your GPS. Hairstyling services provided by J.D. Edwards Salon and Spa, Palmdale Shopping Plaza, Madera Street. Accessories provided by Chevette Williamson Jewelry. Standout jewelry for standout women.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. I'm your host, Michelle Malcolm, and as always, it's a pleasure to be in your company today. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful, bit overcast, but still beautiful Tuesday afternoon. I do appreciate you being here. So on today's show, I'm going to do something a little different. You've all heard about the Pirates of the Caribbean and the Pirates of the Bahamas, right? Well, today's show, we're going to be talking about the Pirates of the Bahamas, but not the ones you learned about in history class. Oh, no, because they done dead and gone. We're going to be talking today about the Pirates of the Bahamas that still live and breathe amongst us. Oh, yeah. This is a land of pirates. We're going to be talking about those pirates today, but more importantly, we're going to be talking about the lessons that can be learned if we parallel the Pirates of the Bahamas of today with a very famous pirate that is not a real person, but we've all come to know and love him by the name of Jack Sparrow from the Pirates of the Caribbean series. Believe it or not, there are some things that we can learn from the behavior of Jack Sparrow that directly correlate with the behavior of the modern day pirates that we see here in the Bahamas. Yeah, this is true. So we're going to be looking at the lessons to be learned from Jack Sparrow as it relates to today's pirates and why we as a collective need to change the system. Because otherwise, just like all those people who got betrayed in the Pirates of the Caribbean series by Jack Sparrow, all of us will continue to be played time and time and time again if we are not willing to, first of all, examine them, second of all, examine us, and then see what we can do as a collective to fix this problem once and for all. That is what the show is going to be about today. So before I dive in, let's throw out the contact information. You can join in on the conversation by calling in 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, or on WhatsApp, the calls or messages 242-801-0271, 242-801-0271. 9971. We are streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM pages, also streaming live to our YouTube channels. And you can find us on Channel Bahamas, on Cable Bahamas, Channel 974. You can also download the Global 99.5 FM app to your smart device and check us out there. And of course, radio is the way that many of you choose to tune into the show. A huge welcome to you all, whether you're here in New Providence, Grand Bahama, the rest of the family islands, and a special welcome to those of you who are tuned in from outside the country. Thank you so much for taking time out to be a part of this conversation today. So we are being played, people. We are being played by a set of modern-day pirates who are taking us to the cleaners time and time and time again. And we have to get to the point, in my humble opinion, where we start to question our own sanity. We know something off for them, and we're going to talk about that seriously from a psychological perspective today. But we need to examine ourselves in this whole process. Because what often happens when you have a dysfunctional relationship is that you have somebody who has the quote-unquote psychological issue, but then you also have people in their lives who are enabling them to continue with the behavior that is leading to destruction. So it's this dynamic that is played between the person who is either destroying themselves or others around them and the people who keep enabling them. One of the shows that I like to watch from time to time is My 600-Pound Life, right? You've got these people who are so big that they cannot even get out of their beds, some of them. Others can do so, but with great effort and pain. But you have some who have gone so far in terms of their obesity, they cannot even get out of bed. But yet, you have somebody in that dynamic who keeps bringing them all this food. They can't even get out of bed. But somebody keeps bringing them all of this food that they know is killing them. But they keep enabling them to continue with this unhealthy behavior. So the person laying in the bed needs help. And quite frankly, the person bringing them the food needs help. This is a dynamic. The person in the bed couldn't get their own food to continue their behavior. So somebody got to be enabling them. And it's usually somebody in their immediate circle who is willing to come in there, cook all this food, even though they know it's killing the person, and continue to take that to that person laying up in that bed who can't even move. It's called an enabler. I would like to suggest in this show today that we have hundreds, at least, we have about, 400,000 people in this country, thereabouts. Not all of them are voting age, but many of them are. We have hundreds of thousands of enablers. We have people in this country who see the dysfunction, who know there's dysfunction, who complain about the dysfunction, but keep enabling those who are behaving poorly to the detriment of the rest of us. Not like the person in the bed who can't move to their own detriment, but no. This behavior is leading to the detriment of all the rest of us, but we keep enabling these people to do it to us time and time and time again. So whereas we can lay blame at the feet of the people who are raping and pillaging this nation like pirates, the pirates that they are, we have to take some responsibility in this dynamic as well. We are just as guilty, if not more, than they are, because we continue to enable them in this dysfunctional relationship. Okay, let's bring it home. In recent times, started under the last administration, we see politicians being brought before the courts for alleged inappropriate acts, alleged illegal acts. Several of them were brought before the courts under the Minnis administration. None of them were actually found guilty. Some of them were acquitted, cases were dropped, but people were brought before the courts. Now, under this administration, we see it happening again, where people are being brought before the courts, and in the case of this administration, they are going to trial, and so far none of the cases have been dropped, and these are some very, very serious allegations that are being made against these people as it relates to the alleged misappropriation of funds and that kind of thing. I'm trying to be very diplomatic in how I say this. So we all know about the Adrian Gibson trial. We know that Lanisha Roll is also being charged. And now we see where a particular politician is being questioned by police. Police have made it very clear that this person is not at this time under arrest, but yet is being questioned for alleged apparent inappropriate acts that took place under their watch in the particular agency that they were responsible for. Again, police have made it very clear at this point, at least I didn't check the newspapers today to see if anything changed as that is concerned. But I believe that the police are just questioning people as it relates to this particular case. Here now is the latest person to be brought under scrutiny.
Topping news tonight, the F&M Deputy Leader Shannon Cartwright recently questioned by police in relation to an ongoing investigation concerning the Beaches and Parks Authority. High-ranking officials of the Royal Bahamas Police Force confirming this much to Eyewitness News earlier today. The source was, however, quick to say that the F&M's party's deputy leader was not under arrest, as suggested by a viral video. Well, that high-ranking official also explaining to Eyewitness News that it was all a part of the process of the investigation, as Cartwright served as chairman of the Beaches and Parks Authority under the former Minnis-led administration. This investigation has reportedly been ongoing for nearly 2 years following an audit conducted by K. Christie & Co. shortly after the Davis administration came into office. That audit revealed that hundreds of thousands of dollars were issued by the former administration without any real identifiable need. Officials also noted that there were several contracts issued by the former administration that did not meet the legal standard. Now, according to that report, the Beaches and Parks Authority ran over budget in its award of contracts by some $6.8 million between July 2019 and June 2020, and by $13.7 million between July 2020 and June of 2021. Up to October 31st of July 2021 and July of last year, the authority spent nearly $9.3 million of its annual budget and would have overspent by some $12.7 million if allowed to stay on that trajectory. That is according to that report. Now, the authority was paying out some $2.7 million monthly to some 12,000 to 14,000 vendors. It's a story we are continuing to follow.
Okay, so according to what I see online in the Nassau Guardian, it says Beaches Parks probe will wrap up soon. Police, we are not looking into a specific person. But you heard the figures just now in that report. We're talking millions of dollars that have gone, I don't want to say up in smoke, but based on our system, we have this system of contracts being issued, which is clearly being abused by successive administrations. And just for the record, I want you to understand that it's not only members of parliament who are allegedly misusing and abusing that contract system. I have actually heard of civil servants who have been rewarded or somehow convinced somebody to reward them of contracts in the amount of up to $40,000 per month. This contract system is one which has been causing this nation millions of dollars in overspend, and it happens under every administration. So don't think for 1 second that you could put the blame for this at any one particular administration. It happens across the board. And this contract system is just one of many ways in which this country is being raped and pillaged by these modern day pirates. And that's all I can call them today. I ain't trying to pretty up nothing, because they ain't nothing short of pirates. We have other things as well going on in this country, where pirates are taking advantage of all of the rest of us while they enrich themselves. Because it's all about them and what they want out of life. To hell with the rest of y'all. Well, doesn't that sound an awful lot like this fictional character by the name of Jack Sparrow? How many of you out there are fans of the Pirates of the Caribbean series? If you are, you all know who Jack Sparrow is. Legendary character played by Johnny Depp, who brought the character to life. And we all know that Jack Sparrow, albeit he's a very charismatic personality, he's a scoundrel. And every chance that Jack Sparrow gets, he gonna stick it to you. Because it's all about him and what he wants. Now you may say, boy, Michelle, you're getting deep into a movie, but boy, and a lot of times art imitates life. And if we look at the behavior of Jack Sparrow and compare it to the behavior of many of our politicians, and like I say, in some cases, even civil servants, then we will realize we have a problem. And the problem doesn't only lie at the feet of the modern day pirate, but it lies also, probably more so, at the feet of those of us who enable these people to rape and pillage this nation time and time and time again because they support or represent our party, the tribe. We have a problem. Because while the enablers are sticking their head in the sand and pretending they don't see the wrong and they don't know the wrong, this nation is in trouble. Because these people never can get enough. This is what you call a bottomless pit. They ain't gonna never get enough. So don't think, well, if we let them rape and pillage the nation, eventually they can get enough and they can stop. But the devil is a lie and the truth is not in him. If you believe that, you're worse than I thought. It ain't gonna never be enough. So, how does this compare to one Jack Sparrow? I found a really interesting video on the psychology of an anti-hero, because in the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean series, you almost want to think Jack is a hero, but he really can't be a hero with all the horrible things that he does. But yet we love him, right? Because he's so charismatic. So I want to start by looking at the psychology of an anti-hero. And as you watch this, I want you to start thinking of these politicians and these senior civil servants in some cases not so senior, but still finding a way, who ripping this nation to shreds because of their personal greed. Check this out.
The only rules that really matter are these: what a man can do and what a man can't do.
His mission statement is that he's egocentric, and his worth is derived from personal gain, power, and pleasure.
And plundering his Weasley black guts out.
And none of that is helping other people. It is literally all about what he wants to get out of life. I don't care how this is going to affect other people. I don't care what the law or the rules are. I'm going to do what I want to do.
You cheated. Pirate.
Everybody knows he's an eel. Everybody knows he's going to hurt them. He's going to do what's best for him. But he's just so charming.
So charming. He can sometimes get away with it.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
Psychology of an anti-hero.
Yeah, there we go. Captain Jack Sparrow.
Damn you, Jack Sparrow.
I'm very intrigued by Jack as an example of, he starts as a side character, he becomes a protagonist. I would diagnose him with antisocial personality disorder, which is usually something that you would diagnose a villain with, like just how movies are made.
Oh, bugger.
When I talk about antisocial, most people say that, like, oh, I'm antisocial. What they mean is they don't like to socialize.
Right.
Or they're introverted.
They're introverted. That's different.
But when psychologists say antisocial, they're talking about behaviors that are impulsive, reckless, criminal, and have a high disregard for the feelings or outcomes or how it affects other people.
What's your name?
Smith. Oh, Smithy, if you like.
What's your purpose in Port Royal, Mr. Smith? Yeah, and no lies.
All right, then. I confess. It is my intention to commandeer one of these ships, pick up a crew and Tortuga, raid, pillage, plunder, and otherwise pilfer my Weasley black guts out.
I said no lies.
I think he's telling the truth.
If he were telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
Unless, of course, he knew you wouldn't believe the truth, even if he told it to you.
He's egocentric, and his worth is derived from personal gain, power, and pleasure. And none of that is helping other people.
No.
Or behaving in a way that is at least responsible to other people.
Right.
It is literally all about what he wants to get out of life, which is, you know, the pirate's code and the pirate's life. But if we're looking at this individual character, it's an issue.
My father was not a pirate.
Put it away, son. It's not worth you getting beat again.
You didn't beat me. You ignored the rules of engagement. In a fair fight, I'd kill you.
And that's not much incentive for me to fight fair, then, is it? Now, as long as you're just hanging there, pay attention. The only rules that really matter are these. What a man can do and what a man can't do.
Like, Jack doesn't care about legal or ethical behavior.
No.
And once again, you could say, well, that's just a pirate. But that in the real world, that is a sign of antisocial personality disorder. I don't care how this is going to affect other people. I don't care what the law or the rules are. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Right.
It's part of what makes him so refreshing, because that's not heroic in the slightest. Something that we see that denotes antisocial personality disorder is Jack has a lack of concern for the needs or feelings of other people.
Anyone.
And a lack of remorse when he screws them over.
Yep.
Just how many souls do you think my soul is worth?
100 souls. 3 days.
You're a diamond, mate. Send me back the boy, I'll get started right off.
I keep the boy 99 souls. But I wonder, Sparrow, can you live with this? Can you condemn an innocent man, a friend, to a lifetime of solitude in your name while you roam free?
Yep, I'm good with it.
But if it's going to be his neck or Will's, it's just Will's.
Yeah.
Even though Jack's the one who has the debt to pay, Jack's the one who basically made a deal with the devil, and he's willing to sell out his friend. That, my friends, is antisocial personality disorder.
So, sounds familiar, anyone? Antisocial personality disorder. I wonder, just wondering out loud, if we were to have a psychologist go into our halls of parliament, go into these various government agencies, and test everybody for this condition, anti-social personality disorder. How many people you think they would come back and say, this person has this disorder. I think we'd be surprised. And maybe, maybe that ought to be a requirement. Maybe you need to be tested by a psychologist to see if you have disorder before you are allowed in the halls of Parliament, especially. Maybe that ought to be a requirement, because it seems to me that we have a penchant for finding people who have this disorder to put in Parliament. We go looking for them. We have a call on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello. Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, Michelle. Girl, you don't give me a bellyache, a heartache, and a headache this afternoon.
I'm sorry.
That dissertation that you just stated in probably less than 15 minutes, that spells the exact truth for what is happening in this little Appalachian nation of ours. Are you talking about when paratus expulsia commercia restituta? Well, change that around. It is now commercia expulsa paratus restituta.
Absolutely.
The piracy is all over this country. And when you look at the Gussie May parliament that we have, do you know that some of those people are on 2 or 3 pensions already? Those individuals have jobs, and yet that is the biggest financial burden to this country. You could, this little country of ours, less than 400,000 people, you could run this country efficiently like a big company with about 10, 12 men and women with a conscience. Right now, what is happening? You just look at what's going to happen with the so-called carbon credits. That is like cloaked in mystery, which means that it is going to be hidden. And then the ones who have control of it are the ones who are going to benefit enormously. And if you look at all these people touting, these highfalutin politicians about climate change, they ain't even put their foot in the mud among the mangroves or the ground to sense what it is that Mother Earth has given to us in this country, to even talk about it intelligently.
Right.
And those of us who live it, we got to bellyache and browbeat to make them listen to us, to make sure that we protect this country of ours for future generations. But it's totally inequity. It is no equal. What's his name that you quoted, Jack Sparrow? He's a joke, because he was really an insensitive person, a selfish person. But now we have these so-called highfalutin intelligent people, and they know just as to grab us by the proverbial and squeeze us to death by burdening our people with taxes. I mean, the poor people in Grand Bahamas. You know how many times I have to go out and give a couple of dollars to some old people who can't even go to the store to get any food now because they put taxations on the fundamental aspects of the food that people have to eat. My God, I'm so glad when I listened to you this afternoon. And that should be capitalized. It should be carried in every media in this country. So I will stop now and I will listen, because you're right on target. And we got to get rid of this myopic view of so-called 50 years of independence. We're still in the middle of the desert. The Israelites took 40 years to do it. They could have done it in a year. We've taken like over 200. We ain't going to do it in 500 years until we realize the sanctity, the dignity of our people. I mean, look what's happening to women and girls and boys in this country. Yep. And yet we have these idiots sitting in Parliament, and they are not concerned about, because some of the greatest offenders are sitting right there in the hallowed halls of Parliament.
You better say that again, Joe. You better say that again. It's the truth. It's the truth. But they doing it because they have a bunch of enablers. And as much as they need psychiatric evaluation, so do the enablers who keep putting them back in there. And when I say putting them back, again, this ain't got nothing to do with any one particular party, because all of them Same game, different faces. And every now and again, you get a little shining star in there who didn't read the memo, who ain't understand that their role to go in there was to rape and pillage. So they go in there and they trying their best to do a good job for the rest of us. But the rest of them suckers, pirates. And you right, Joe. They make Jack Sparrow look like an altar boy. So we're going to get into that today. For the record, I'm working on that Cop and Credit show for Thursday. Working on that. And Joe, if you're available on Thursday, maybe you should join us on that show. I can talk to you after the show. But yeah, man. They got a psychological problem, and we got a psychological problem because we keep enabling them to continue with their psychological problem. And unless we fix this system and require more, and maybe that does take a psychological evaluation before they go in there, maybe it's come to that, we could be right here for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, God spare our life, having the same conversation over and over and over again. Y'all ain't tired? My God, y'all ain't tired yet? We're going to take a break. On the other side of the break, we're going to continue this conversation about the modern day pirates and lessons that we all can learn from the one Jack Sparrow. Stay with us. This is GPS. We'll be back after these words of our sponsors.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for a rim fix and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Longevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
This portion of GPS is brought to you by Tiki Bikini Hut at Junkanoo Beach. Great food, cool tropical drinks, and family fun in the sun.
Welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company. Today we're talking about lessons that we all can learn from Jack Sparrow. Yeah, we're looking at the modern day pirate that's living and breathing amongst us. And boy, do we have a lot of them. Raping and pillaging this nation for everything they could get, while the rest of us enable them to do so, then complain that they're doing it. I don't know who more in need of psychological help, them or us. Because, you know, it don't take a genius to figure out that these people are suffering from some kind of disorder. To me, this goes beyond just pure greed and selfishness. They got to be suffering from this disorder that we're talking about today. Anti-social personality disorder, where I don't care who I hurt. I don't care how anybody else is impacted. It's all about me and mines. We get ours. To hell with the rest of y'all. So I can make sure in these couple of years while my party in power, I can get enough money out of this. I'm going to go build my mansion. I can make sure I got a couple million in the bank. So no matter what happened at the end of the day, next election, I straight. To hell with the rest of y'all who ain't got enough to eat. To hell with the rest of y'all who's struggling day to day just to keep your head above water. To hell with the country and the debt that we keep going deeper and deeper into. Who cares? I get mines. Too bad for you if you ain't got enough sense to get yours. That's the country we living in today, people. These pirates walking around here and breeding amongst us. Just most of them dress up in suit. So yeah, they teach us in history, but all the Blackbeard and all of them, and how the governor expel all of them, please. He might expel them, said, but that spirit remained. That spirit was still lingering around, just waiting for some new bodies to possess. So yeah, I dare say we still have a bunch of pirates. We are still a nation of pirates. And I honestly believe that these people have this disorder that we're hearing about on this show today, antisocial personality disorder, where it's all about them and theirs. You spread a little bit of greed on top of that, and voila, you have the modern day politician and others, because it ain't just some tech in the House of Assembly who doing this. Trust me, I've heard some things that I'd be like, wow. It's all about me and mine. I get in mine, like Janet Jackson said in that song back in the day. What have you done for me lately? I don't care about you. It's all about me getting mine. And this short amount of time I got, I can make sure I get mine. To hell with the country. To hell with the debt. What our children and grandchildren got to pay. Who cares? I get mine. And like I say, it ain't only them who need psychological help. It's all of y'all out there who keep putting them back in power. And don't get me wrong, because some of y'all looking at other options and still don't see the red flags and the warning signs of the psychology of an anti-hero. You just so blinded by the colors you support that you will turn your head and ignore red flags. And you will go to the death to defend this. One of the clips that I found, I didn't pull it for today's show, but one of the clips that I found while looking through the Jack Sparrow videos, I'm not sure which of the Caribbean shows this one happened on, which of this in the sequel, but he was on some island where these two factions were getting ready to go to war against each other. All their men are on opposite sides, and they get ready to go at each other. And Jack Sparrow says, hey, wait a minute. Think about it for a second. You're going to try to kill them. They try to kill you because these two leaders in the middle got a problem with each other. Instead of y'all killing up each other for them, why y'all don't just sit back and let them fight it out and we watch? We could cast bids. May the best man win. And they look at him for a second. And then they go on to war. That's us. And just for the record, just in case you all didn't know, many of them who in their public persona are enemies and fighting against each other, they behind the scenes having a good laugh out of all these idiots out there who are willing to go at each other physically to fight for them. And they smoking their cigar and drinking their whatever and saying, look at these idiots, because all of them are in business together, all of them is friends together, all of them is godfather for each other cheering, but you fighting your neighbor for them. Meanwhile, they raping and pillaging this nation like it ain't no tomorrow. We have a call on the line. All us need therapy. I'm convinced. Caller, welcome to the show.
Hey, Michelle.
What you saying?
Everything good. Yeah, no, it's just an interesting topic. But why people love anti-heroes is because when they do wrong, the people benefit. But the difference is with a villain, when a villain do wrong, the people suffer. You know what I mean? So if we have leaders in our government and they cutting deals and doing underhand table things, but at the end of the day, the people benefit from it, the people gonna overlook the shady things that they do and say, hey, he's our hero. But if he's an upright villain,
but most people in this country suffering. Most of them ain't benefiting from these underhanded deals. Some are, but the majority suffering.
What I'm saying is that if the people benefit, I'm just speaking from a general point of view, if the people benefit from an anti-hero, they're going to always praise that person. But if they're not benefiting and they're suffering under this person, they want to get rid of that person. He's an anti-hero. But if the people are benefiting, they're going to praise that person. But
why, for instance, Paula, let me ask you something. Why you think every 5 years these days we change government?
Pardon me, Michelle?
Why you think every 5 years as of late we changing government? Why you think that is?
Yeah, they change government because the people are not satisfied.
There you go. The people suffering. They suffering.
Right, so they change the government. But there are still certain people in there that people prefer to stay. They say, man, keep this particular person in because they are actually doing for their community. They're actually doing for their constituency. So they would like that person to be there. That person is active in their constituency, although he may be an anti-hero. Like, say, for instance, a villain. A villain will tell you sweet things, tell you empty promises. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, his words don't apply to his actions. He'll tell you, oh, we're going to get this, we're going to get that. And at the end of the day, he has, like you said, a big mansion, whatever the case may be, but you're suffering. But he tells you, giving you all these promises, what he's going to do for you. But the anti-hero, he may say, well, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. But at the end of the day, you see him doing. So his words don't align with his actions. That's an anti-hero.
I beg to differ, Carl, and I want you to continue listening to this show.
That's why people love anti-hero. Because anti-hero does.
No, but see what you need to understand is, and if you keep letting me develop the show, we'll get to it. The thing is that many of these people are so charismatic. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, or a better quote. Diplomacy is when you tell somebody to go to hell and they look forward to the trip, right? So you got these people who are so charismatic and so diplomatic, and by the time they done swing you believe that you getting something out of the deal. And when you finally wake up and smell the coffee, they done rip. They done get this. And then I tired of this government and all these poor people suffering, and we got to do something about this. And you go to the polls and you vote them out, because we don't vote people in nowadays. We vote people out. You go to the polls and you vote them out, and who you putting there? Somebody who come to do the same thing. Same game, different faces. So who said it? You or them? Who needs psychological analysis? You or them? Because you enabling them to screw you. It's just crazy. And we will find excuses to enable them to continue to screw you. This is the madness in which we live. And will continue to live until we change the system. But I am convinced that a prerequisite for serving in many cases is that you have this personality disorder. Antisocial personality disorder, where it's all about me and what I want out of life. To hell with the rest of y'all. And again, I ain't saying everybody fall under this, because you do have some bright stars who really gone in there for the right reason, because they want to make a difference and doing their best to work hard at it. But boy, I dare say, and correct me if I'm wrong, they are a minority. Most of them gone in there to see what they could get. And enough ain't never enough. That power just get to their head, but that's so sweet. They can have all the money in the world and they still trying to get back in there. And it ain't because they love you or care for you or want to build this nation. No, they trying to get more. So what is it about us as enablers that we continue to enable these people to rape and pillage this nation? And all we're willing to do about it is every 5 years, replace them with somebody else who can do the same thing. Something got to be wrong with us. So yeah, we could start with them and say, oh, they need psychological evaluation to see if these people, but we got to take some responsibility too for what we see going on here. We got to take some responsibility for this, because we enabling them to do this to us. Okay. I'm going to play a clip. This is one of the tactics that Jack Sparrow uses to get his own way. Master manipulator knows how to distract you, so that while you're busy looking over here, he over there running game on you. And when you finally turn your attention from over there and look over here, he done gone. Sounds familiar? Let me play this clip. This one is all about how to use distractions.
Rash, Turner. Too rash. That is without doubt the worst pirate I have ever seen.
Here they come.
Bring her around! Bring her around!
Search every cabin, every hole, down to the bilges. interceptor! Now!
Thank you, Commodore, for getting us ready to make way. We've had a hard time of it by ourselves.
Set topsails and clear up this mess.
With the wind a quarter astern, we won't catch them.
I don't need to catch them, just get them in range of the long nines.
Help! Come about! Run out the guns! We ought to fire on our own ships, huh?
I'd rather see her at the bottom of the ocean than in the hands of a pirate.
Commodore! He's disabled the rudder chain, sir. Abandon ship! That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen.
So it would seem.
Jack Sparrow, master manipulator, knows how to distract you from what he's really doing. And so, while you over here looking at this one thing and you all up in arms over that, he over here running this game on you. And when you finally catch yourself, too late, he done gone with your ship. Don't you see the similarities? Don't you see how these people running game on us? They will distract you. And while you're busy rowing each other out and cussing each other and doing this and doing the next, and they're talking about this and talking about that, they quietly doing what they got to do. Meanwhile, you over here distracted, rowing and carrying on, and they over there doing what they got to do. And then you finally catch yourself. They done gone with your ship, gone. They done plunder you. And left you standing there saying, wow. Wow. That's all you can say is wow. Well, I guess we have to vote this set out. Next election come, same cycle all over again. At the end of that cycle, wow. I guess we have to vote this crew out. And we keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a pendulum. Back and forth, back and forth. When you all will get sense. When? And this is not, for the record, I ain't trying to talk for no particular third party. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. That ain't what this show about today. Because remember now, charisma is one of Jack Sparrow's greatest strengths. Charisma. You could have all the charisma in the world, but if you ain't got no character, then how that could benefit us? So again, I don't want y'all to think that I talk about any one particular party or one particular person, because our history has shown us that this psychological disorder seems to be rampant across the political divide. And if we truly were to bring people to justice for the wrong that they have done to this nation for decades, we wouldn't have enough space in the Department of Corrections to hold all of them. I dare say. Again, I'm not saying that it's everybody who enters the Hollywood halls of Parliament. I'm not beating everybody with the same stick. And if that's how it's coming across, please understand that's not what I'm saying. All I am saying is that we, the enablers, you and me, we have to do a better job at screening these people and stop electing them just because they represent our party colors, because that ain't helping to build this nation. Actually, it's helping to hurt our nation. It's helping to keep our nation back. It is one of the reasons why we have such a low average rating when it comes to the education of our children. It's one of the reasons why, after all these years, we can't seem to get it right when it comes to the digitalization of simple things in the public sector. Simple things. In 2023, we still can't get done. Why? Because we got some pirates sitting up in them offices who don't want to go digital, because then that'll expose their dirt. And their wickedness can have to stop. So they're doing everything in their power to frustrate the process, so we don't ever get to the place technologically where we ought to be, to end all of this inefficiency. You don't think this could have been stopped a long time? Of course it could have been. But then who can lose money when it does? Who can lose money? Who sit up in these positions who ain't willing to put their nation first? Who's selling Bahamian passport? Who's selling visas to come to the Bahamas? Who's selling out this nation to all these people who enter in this country because they making money off of it? Who? And you'll be surprised at who some of them are. These people who showing you one face and then behind the scenes doing something else. Pure hypocrisy. Why? Because it's all about them and theirs. It's all about what they getting out the deal. To hell with the rest of y'all. To hell with building a nation. To hell with the Bahamas. It's all about me and mine. And I can make sure I get mine, and mine get mine, and their children get theirs, and their children get theirs, and a couple generations to come who ain't born yet get theirs, and then maybe, well, by then I'll be dead. So the cycle will continue, but it ain't gonna never be enough people. These people are a bottomless pit when it comes to their level of greed. It is never going to be enough. So we're going to continue to talk about lessons to be learned from Jack Sparrow. But after this break, let's take this commercial break, and then we're going to continue to look at this terrible problem that we have in this country that we continue to enable. Stay with us. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Your body's immune system is under constant pressure from things like stress, lack of exercise, and toxins in the environment. It's crucial to be proactive and support your immune system with the nutrients it needs to function effectively. But it's often hard to get these nutrients from food alone. Introducing fast-acting Zinc Plus Immune Support by Longevity. Unlike zinc-only supplements, Zinc Plus Immune Support builds on the proven power of zinc and adds complementary nutrients to give your immune system extra support. Vitamin D helps balance the effects of zinc, while our proprietary blend of natural fruit and root extracts provides the extra help your immune system needs to work against daily stressors. And we've included Longevity's exclusive plant-derived minerals to give your body the minerals it needs but can't get from food alone. And because Zinc Plus Immune Support is delivered in a great-tasting sugar-free berry-flavored lozenge, it encourages quicker absorption of all these nutrients into your body. Zinc Plus Immune Support. Zinc plus the extra support your body needs to promote a healthy immune system. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, tints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blasted loud.
It's gotten harder and harder to get your daily requirement of vital nutrients from food alone. Without additional vitamin and nutrient support, your health and well-being can suffer drastically. That's why Z Radical was specifically formulated. It combines a blend of antioxidant-rich vitamins, minerals, and botanicals with the protective powers of fucoidan to help fill the gaps from lack of nutrients in your foods. The core of Z-Radical is fucoidan, a naturally occurring polysaccharide that helps stimulate immune reaction, protecting you against inflammation and oxidative stress. We harvest this powerful mineral-rich nutrient from brown seaweed, harvested only from the world's most pristine ocean waters to ensure the purest quality. It's then extracted using cold process technology to ensure maximum levels of bioavailability. Then we add essential vitamins that help to protect your cardiovascular and nervous systems and are crucial for optimal immune and neurological function. Z-Radical also includes a proprietary blend of delicious antioxidant-rich fruits and berries. This great-tasting combination helps your body combat free radical imbalances that can contribute to a variety of degenerative conditions like arthritis and heart disease. Z-Radical. Experience the power of fucoidan with antioxidant-rich berries, 8 essential vitamins, and more to provide you with potent health benefits. To learn more, contact your longevity associate.
Welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company. Today we're talking about the modern day pirate and lessons we can learn from Jack Sparrow about this wave of psychological disorder, both between them and us, who keeps enabling them, and why we honestly need to look at changing this system once and for all. We'd love to hear from you. The telephone numbers to call are 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. The WhatsApp line for messages and calls is 801-0271, 801-0271. We are streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM pages. Please like and share the show if you haven't already done so. Also streaming live to YouTube, and you can find us on channel 974 on cable Bahamas. You can also download the Global 99.5 FM app to your smart device and check us out there. Last but by no means least, you can tune in by way of radio, 99.5 on your dial, on your FM dial here in New Providence. And a huge welcome to all of you, especially those of you tuned in from Grand Bahama, the rest of the family islands, and those of you listening in from outside the country. Welcome to you all. So, personality disorders are mental health conditions that affect how someone thinks, perceives, feels, or relates to others. And antisocial personality disorder is a particularly challenging type of personality disorder characterized by impulsive, irresponsible, and often criminal behavior. As I go through this, I want you to think about some of these persons that we have in leadership. Someone with antisocial personality disorder will typically be manipulative, deceitful, reckless, and will not care for other people's feelings. Like other types of personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder is on a spectrum, which means that it can range in severity from occasional bad behavior to repeatedly breaking the law and committing serious crimes. Psychopaths are considered to have a severe form of antisocial personality disorder. So, some of the signs of antisocial personality disorder include a person could exploit, manipulate, or violate the rights of others, lack concern, regret, or remorse about other people's distress, behave irresponsibly and show disregard for normal social behavior, have difficulty sustaining long-term relationships, be unable to control their anger, lack guilt or not learn from their mistakes, blame others for problems in their lives, repeatedly break the law. A person with antisocial personality disorder will have a history of conduct disorder during childhood, such as truancy, not going to school, delinquency, for example, committing crimes or substance misuse, and other disruptive and aggressive behaviors. Who develops antisocial personality disorder? Antisocial personality disorder affects more men than women. It's not known why some people develop antisocial personality disorder, but both genetics and traumatic childhood experiences, such as child abuse or neglect, are thought to play a role. A person with antisocial personality disorder will have often grown up in difficult family circumstances. One or both parents may misuse alcohol, parental conflict, and harsh, inconsistent parenting are common. As a result of these problems, social services may become involved with the child's care. These types of difficulties in childhood will often lead to behavioral problems during adolescence and adulthood. Now, I'm not suggesting that everybody who has this disorder has come from a difficult background. Some of them just outright greedy. Some of them get a taste of what it is to have all this power and money, and they just can't get enough. So some of this, in the cases of our leaders, I believe, is based on good old-fashioned greed and being power hungry. Many of them can't say that they have need financially. They have more money than they can spend in this lifetime, but yet they try to find a way to get more. And you have to question how much is enough. When will enough be enough? But again, for some people, that day will never come. And for those of you who keep enabling them, waiting for that day to come, you're just as in need of psychological analysis as they are. Because in many cases, they just like that 600-pound man who could only get away with these things if you enable them to do so. But you keep enabling them. You keep enabling them, and then you go in your little corner and sulk and pout and say, why they keep doing this to us? This ain't fair. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We have to get to the place in this country where we find true statesmen who are interested in developing this nation. And a part of changing that system is we have to bring people to account for when we catch them doing wrong. We got to stop sweeping this madness under the rug and expecting it just to go away. Because if I know that I only can get one little slap on my wrist, why should I stop? Like Jack Sparrow say, when people call him out for his behavior, pirate. I'm a pirate, so, why are you expecting anything more from me? I'm a pirate. That's what I do. So if we don't stop enabling these people, if we continue to approve of their behavior, because that's what we're doing when you think about it, why should they stop? Why should they stop? You ever wonder why these people they'll slap their mouth to get back in there, some of them? And it ain't like they need the money. But why are they so hard up to get back in there? And you can't tell me it's because they love this country so much and want to see it advance, because they had 5 years to do that. And in many cases, didn't do it in them 5 years. So why are they trying to get back in? To finish raping and pillaging? To take the rest of what they didn't get to take the first go around? Is that what's happening here? I'm just asking questions. I ain't pointing the finger at no one but particular person. If you are listening to this show today and you feeling some kind of way and you feeling like I talking about you, who the cap fit, let them wear it. You must know why you feel that way. I just asking questions and making observations. So if you want to catch feelings by what I saying today, maybe I talking about you. Again, this ain't about no particular administration, because trust me when I tell you this happening back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And yet, we keep playing this game. It is utter and sheer madness. I know they say, if you like it, let it kill you. But my God, we ain't got to take that so literally. When are we going to wake up and see that we being played? When? How long did it take before some of y'all stop looking through these glasses that are shaded by a particular party color and see and admit what is really going on in this country? When? What did it take? Y'all go wait till we ain't got nothing left? All right, let's go back to Jack Sparrow, who is our poster child when it comes to this personality disorder. Another one of his tactics that we often see used by our modern day pirates in this country is the tactic of unbelievable truths. Check this out.
Get away from there! You don't have permission to be aboard there, mate.
I'm sorry, it's such a pretty boat. Ship.
What's your name?
Smith. Oh, Smithy, if you like.
What's your purpose in Port Royal, Mr. Smith? Yeah, and no lies.
All right then. I confess. It is my intention to commandeer one of these ships, pick up a crew and Tortuga, raid, pillage, plunder, and otherwise pilfer my Weasley black guts out.
I said no lies.
I think he's telling the truth.
If he were telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
Unless, of course, he knew you wouldn't believe the truth, even if you told it
to you. I love me some Johnny Depp, particularly in that role. Unbelievable truths, where it is so outrageous that you sitting there saying this can't be true. Like we often say, you can't make this up. Because it's so outrageous that these people doing these things and believe they can get away with it. The truth is too outrageous. It's too unbelievable. So you thinking, man, this can't be what I think this is. They can't be that bold. They can't be that bold. I sometimes I say it on the show, you know, either they stupid or they think we stupid. And I know they ain't stupid. But that's just how bold these people are. Unbelievable truth. And they'll get caught in their malfeasance. And then they try gaslight you to make you think something wrong with you for questioning them when the truth staring you right in the face. Unbelievable truths that are so outlandish that you're willing to say, well, maybe they can't be that bold, eh? They can't, no man. I can't believe they'd be that bold. So maybe it ain't really that. Maybe it ain't really that. Maybe because they can't be that bold. And so they showing you who they are. Right in your face. Some cases they telling you who they are or what they plan to do. Right in your face. Y'all remember a particular leader saying, sometimes we may have to violate the Constitution? And he said that without cracking a smile. He was dead serious. He ain't stutter and he ain't stammer. He tell you what he was planning to do. And y'all sitting there in a daze like y'all ain't hear that. Because that was an unbelievable truth. Because how you could fix your mouth as the leader of a country and tell me that you intend
or could possibly be moved to disregard the Constitution of your nation, which, as we all know now, if you watch this show on a Monday, is the supreme law of the land. But you're supposed to be the chief lawmaker. But you telling me to my face, I may have to violate your supreme law. And some of y'all still ain't hear that and figure out it's time to be concerned. Why? Because that's your political party. And you ain't going against that no matter what. Unbelievable truths. Where they tell you right to your face what they intend to do or don't intend to do, and you still following like a bunch of doggone sheep. Blind, deaf, and dumb in some cases. Why are we allowing ourselves to be treated this way? Again, are we in need of psychological analysis as much as they are in need of it? I dare say yes. Either we the most patient people in the world or we suckers for punishment. And I think it's time that we all look in the mirror and decide which one we are. Because we got to be suckers for punishment. Why we keep letting these people do this to us again and again and again and again? And we can't see past our tribe colors. The numbers to call, 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. The WhatsApp line for messages and calls is 8010271. Let me read a couple of your comments. Perline says, all Bahamians need to take a stand and stand up as one and close this entire country down. Richard says, 50 years straight to the bottom of that. You know what tank. I can't say that word, Richard. Lloyd says the rotel is paid by the PLP and the FNM government straight up. Child, don't think it stopped there. I said it. Don't think it stopped there. Remember, charisma is a major part of Jack Sparrow's personality. He'll tell you go to hell and you looking forward to the trip. Perline says, there are people who can't wait for the pink card crew. What is the pink card crew? What I miss? I know what that is. You gotta update me. Andre says the government is tax and Haitian government led by Haitian. This is a long message. Sandy says, sadly, as we all know, it has been that way for too many years. Remember the all for me baby era. If an audit is done right now, the new members are millionaires less than 2 years. And the older members are billionaires. They robbed and raped this country from way back when. Even after their retirement or death, their monies are given to their family. They still receiving a huge pension after all the robbery they have done. Idea? We got to decide that we ain't going to be enablers no more. We have a call on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS.
It's Malcolm.
Hey, Professor.
I was listening with interest to the show, and I said I had to go out, but I was enthralled by what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing I didn't hear anyone call in while I was listening to the show.
Mm.
But the point is you put out a lot of things for the listening audience to understand. We have very serious and difficult situations that we're in this country.
Mm-hmm.
We have to wake up to the harsh reality, to the fact that those who were given the authority to run this nation are the very ones who have messed up the nation. It's just as simple as that. Those who were given the authority, along with their cohorts, to run this nation have jacked us up. The Constitution has been violated. for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at one time, I didn't even know how serious it was until I got the Bahamas Nationality Act and someone presented it to me, because I saw that some things were happening. I said to myself, knowing the Constitution, it had to be unconstitutional.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know at the time what they were using to do what they were doing. But when someone presented me a copy of the Nationality Act,
Mm-hmm.
and I started to look at that, then I began to see how deeply rooted this crap is. It's very, very serious. And I think a lot of people have been misled and deceived by their elected personalities, who they have sent there, who they trusted. And I think the Bahamian people are just listening in shock at the persons who they trusted, who they relied upon to be honest and upfront with them, proved to be just like that parrot you mentioned in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to face the harsh realities. The Bahamians have to make some serious decisions. We have not been a good judge of character. We're not going to change this foolishness unless we take very serious, decisive action to protect our interests. That's why I always quote Article 24.1 of the Constitution, the last phrase in that article. And some people wonder, why does Professor keep going to Article 24.1? That's the only spot in the Constitution which gives you the authority to protect your interests, not to leave it up to some parrots to do it for you, because they never, ever will do it. We talk about greed. These people are immeasurably greedy. There's no end to their greed. The more they get, the more they want. And the Bahamian people have to stop them. And there are a number of ways you can stop them. But are we ready and prepared to stand up and be counted? See, that's the challenge the Bahamian people have today. It has nothing to do with how much money you have. It has nothing to do whether you have this or whether you have that. Because people tend to look at these non-important things. Your very future is being taken away from you, because the little what you say you got, what you're trying to protect, you have that would be gone. And then when are you going to stand up? What are you going to say to your children, your grandchildren? So I always look back at the founding fathers and others who were there, my mother, my father, of that generation and generations before them. How people stood up against wickedness, against wrongdoing. But they had no constitution like we have today. They had to fight for it. So people understand the seriousness of the times in which we live. We have a living document. The man tells them plainly, it's to violate the Constitution. And it is happening. A lot of Bahamians haven't even come to the reality that that particular personality is still in the House of Assembly today.
I'm trying to get back anyhow. Let me leave that right there.
Trying to get to some other things which that person wants. And I think Bahamians have not come to the harsh reality of what is happening to our country today. But I hope enough of us will wake up, 51% or more, to deal with this issue, because it's a very, very serious and dangerous trend that those who've been elected to run our national affairs, plus those who were appointed by them, because they're part of the problem too now.
Oh, absolutely.
They're letting them escape.
Absolutely.
They are part of the problem. What you said, Ms. Malcolm?
I said absolutely. You're right.
Yeah, because you see, they carry out the bidding of those who have been given the authority to run the... That's why I always ask two questions about national problems and constituency problems. See, I'm not interested in talking about A, B, C, and D. That don't mean nothing to me. What major problems have been solved nationally? What major problems have been solved constituency-wise? And what are the benefits? Where are the benefits? You see how run down these constituencies are? Where the lives of the people have not changed in decades. It has gotten worse and worse and worse. And I see in my own area all kinds of strangers. People want to tell me that they're Bahamian. Ain't no Bahamian in there. They don't speak the language I speak. They don't behave the way I do. So they can't be no Bahamian. But that's the kind of problem we have. All kind of strange faces in here that we've never seen before. And so something has got to be done about it, and something will be done about it as we move forward. And Bahamians need to wake up quickly because, Miss Malcolm, we don't have much time. We have a very limited period of time. Like the Constitution says, 1 year, 18, but before you turn 19. 1 year. We have a very limited window of opportunity to get this problem resolved. And I hope, by God's help, we will be able to do it. Thank you, Ms. Malcolm.
Thank you so much for calling in, Professor. Appreciate you. Bottom line is this. We got to stop enabling, man. We got to stop enabling. Because just like the 600-pound man who laying in bed and can't move, but yet he eating 15 hamburgers a day and 3 whole chicken. And who bringing him that food? Because if you laying up in bed and can't move, you can eat what I say you can eat. Right? You can fall and throw tantrum. Okay, get up and do something about it. Oh, you can't move? Okay then. Then you can eat what I say you can eat. But no. They frying up the 3 whole chicken and bringing the 10 cheeseburger and the 5 milkshake, and they enabling this person. Yet the person can't even get out of bed. So who you blaming for them being morbidly obese? Them or you bringing them the food? Parallel. We letting these people, enabling these people to rape this country. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You enter your time. And again, ain't only the people sitting in Parliament benefiting from this broken system. The system needs to change. We have to if we want to save this nation. Because these people seem to think it's a bottomless pit when it comes to how much money they can gain access to. But somebody got to pay all this money back. It ain't gonna be them or they children or grandchildren because they straight. They making sure they great grandchildren straight. So they ain't paying nothing back. It's you and me and our children and grandchildren who got to carry this burden while they living high off the hog. Stop enabling these people to rape and pillage this nation. Otherwise, you just as bad or worse than them. So, we're going to talk about what can be done to address this personality disorder. Because we all need therapy, y'all. We need therapy. We're going to talk about that on the other side of the break. Stay with us. This is GPS.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
At Lee Air, safety is our #1 priority. Flying since 1996, we offer scheduled flights into Fresh Creek and Mangrove Key Andros and Great Harbor Key, Berry Island, twice daily, 7 days a week. Affordable charter services are also available to anywhere in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Lee Air Charter Services. Call 225-3267, 702-7127, or 322-1317 for reservations.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 hyperimmune egg powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
For all your building needs, it's Carib Construction and Project Management on Gladstone Road. We build it all: schools, homes, hotels, and more, including structures requiring a Phase 3 electrical contractor. We also provide project management services. The first step towards your dream building begins at Carib Construction and Project Management. Call us at 376-1556 or 341-4466.
One of the things I love about the mailboat is their relationship with Bahamas Air. I can earn travel points on my international freight and redeem them when I fly.
For me, online shopping is easy with Mailboat's U.S. addresses and regular freight delivery to Nassau. Plus, I can always prepay customs and freight, and they always notify me when my package arrives.
Yeah, a lot of people think the Mailboat is just for shipping, but they also offer a safe and secure storage facility at affordable rates, all in a central, convenient location.
We also offer passenger service into Freeport multiple times per week with a seating capacity of over 450 persons.
With family movies on large screens, one hot meal included, and on-board lounge for snacks and soft drinks.
We're the Mailboat. We're bridging people, products, and places.
Executive Printers is your one-stop shop for all your branding and customization needs. Letterheads, envelopes, business cards, invoices, share and gift certificates, rubber stamps, vouchers, funeral programs, brochures, flyers, banners, and promotional items like mugs, water bottles, mouse pads, and key rings, all with personable service and great quality. No project is too small or too large. For great turnaround and competitive pricing, make an executive decision. Call us at 393-5011.
And welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company, and would love to hear from you. The telephone numbers to call 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. The WhatsApp line for messages and calls is 801-0271. 801-0271. That's 242 area code for those of you living outside the Bahamas. We are streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm Facebook and Global 99.5 FM pages. If you haven't already done so, it's not too late. Like and share the show. Let everybody know we're on the air. You can also find us on YouTube channels. And speaking of channels, on Cable Bahamas, channel 974. Go ahead and download the Global 99.5 FM app to your smart device and check us out there. Last but no means least, welcome to all of you who are tuned in by way of radio, whether you're here in the Providence, Grand Bahama, the Family Islands, or outside the Bahamas. A huge welcome to you all. So we're talking about the modern-day pirate that is living and breathing amongst us. Dress up in suit, some of them in the halls of Parliament, some of them in the civil service, some of them in private corporations, many of them in public sector, but we have modern day pirates who could care less about the advancement of our nation if they had to choose between that and their ability to rip and reap. They can rip and reap for every single time. And this is, according to psychologists, signs of a personality disorder known as antisocial personality disorder. And antisocial personality disorder is diagnosed after rigorous, detailed psychological assessment. And a diagnosis can only be made if a person is 18 or older and at least three of the following criteria of behaviors apply. Now, as I go through this list, I want you to think of your typical politician in this country and then call like come to you after I read this list. Repeatedly breaking the law, repeatedly being deceitful, being impulsive or incapable of planning ahead, being irritable and aggressive, having a reckless disregard for their safety or the safety of others, being consistently irresponsible, lack of remorse. If at least three of them are displaying in one person, that person could have this personality disorder. I want you to think about our politicians. These signs are not part of a schizophrenic or manic episode. They're part of a person's everyday personality and behavior. Marinate on that. Let's go to the phone call. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Mr. Malcolm.
Hey.
A pleasant good evening. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great, great. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, one God. Amen.
Amen.
Also, a pleasant good evening to the Bridgewater family. Catechus Pleasant, Bridgewater. And I want to rate my government on their 2-year anniversary.
What they got to do with what we talking about today, though?
What I got to do with what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Only one topic you talk about, or I feel too, though, that we got a major problem that we really need to talk about, that
Which
we
is?
are not too much about, is the port. The port
Okay.
has a 99-year...
Caller, let me explain to you how the show goes. On Friday is when we have an open line show. You can call and talk about whatever you want to talk about on Friday.
Yeah, forgive me. I forget that.
Okay.
I forgot that. Sorry for that.
But Monday through Thursday, we have specific topics we cover. And today we ain't doing open line. Okay?
You've been very accommodating.
No problem. Call back on Friday and we can talk about all them things. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. All right. God bless.
But today we're dealing with a very specific topic. And that is modern day piracy in this country. And how we enable these people to continue to treat us the way they're treating us, to enrich themselves and their children and their grandchildren, while most of y'all don't know where your next meal coming from, scrapping just to keep your head above water, struggling just to make ends meet. But they could care less about you and what you're dealing with. Who cares? They certainly don't. It's all about them and theirs. Now, there's a way to treat this antisocial behavior or this antisocial personality disorder. And we're going to talk about that in this next clip, and then we're going to expand on it a bit more. So I want you guys to listen to this clip about the need for therapy from someone who is suffering from this disorder.
It doesn't always take the form of, I am not willing to do any sort of good in the world. It can take the form of, yeah, I'll do right by somebody as long as it doesn't cost me too greatly or as long as I can get something out of it.
A man deserves that.
And he's always just using charm to get what he wants. Everybody knows he's an eel. Everybody knows he's going to hurt them. He's going to do what's best for him. But he's just so charming.
So charming. He can sometimes get away with it.
You know, charming and likable, and it's true for the character, and it's true for these people in real life, which is why we so often get hurt by them over and over and over again, because they're really good at pretending they're sorry. They're really good at showing fake remorse. They're really good at playing this role that's really got an angle.
My tremendous intuitive sense of the female creature informs me that you are trouble.
And it's interesting because we all love Captain Jack Sparrow, but in real life, this is
none
deplorable.
of us would want to be friends with it.
Yeah.
No, he's fun to watch. You wouldn't
Yeah.
want him in your life. Ugh, terrible. You would mutiny against him. There's a reason he can't keep a ship.
Another trait of antisocial personality disorder is extreme irresponsibility. It's mentioned that
Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, he owes all of the pirate lord's money.
He owes everybody money.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go. He's like, he owes all of the money. He tries to get out of the deal with Davy Jones. Zoe Saldana's mad at him because, you know, he bait and switched her and owes her a ship. Just all over the place. He just doesn't follow through with what he says he's going to do.
Yeah.
Also, an antisocial PD trait, impulsivity. Acts in the spur of the moment without a plan.
You're mad. Thank goodness for that, because if I wasn't, this would probably never work.
And other characters are often, they're wondering whether he plans or whether he improvises. And it's confirmed in the fourth film in a conversation with Barbossa that he does, in fact, just make this all up as
I
it
have
goes.
no idea what I'm doing.
Well, sometimes I just improvise.
Oftentimes, they're skilled enough at improvising. That's a big reason why they don't plan, because they're so used to things just panning out their way. And in real life, someone with antisocial PD can start thinking, I am invincible.
I am invincible! What would you do to help this man? Is he helpable?
It's hard. It comes down to what you value, right? So, for example, I'm somebody who values relationships and I value integrity. And so if I discover that I've been acting outside of integrity without meaning to, then I want to make it right. Or if my well-intentioned efforts to do right by somebody actually end up in me hurting them, then I have motivation to shift course.
Sure.
With someone like Jack Sparrow, he doesn't have a lot of motivation to change. What he values is what he's getting. I mean, same as anybody, when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of changing, then you'll change.
Right.
And so what has to happen with someone like this is oftentimes it's a legal issue. Like they're not going to have freedom to do the things and pursue the things they want because they've encountered some sort of legal trouble. And so a lot of them will say, okay, how can I be more charming, more manipulative, more intelligent to work the system? Those that actually change, it doesn't happen with a lot of them, but they start to have real connections. And you might watch this and say, well, if someone's truly antisocial PD, they can't truly connect with someone. But the thing is, it's a spectrum. I would do cognitive behavioral therapy to challenge thinking errors and behaviors that limit or hurt him, that he's not seeing these are limiting or hurting me. I would also do group therapy with people who hold him accountable strongly.
Ooh.
Because you and I are alike. And there will come a moment when you have a chance to show it. To do the right thing.
I love those moments. I like to wave at them as they pass by.
Here we have somebody at the end of Pirates 2, Elizabeth betrays him to his death. In Pirates 3, his crew comes to Davy Jones' locker to rescue him. And he says, did nobody come here because they missed me? And nobody missed him.
Yeah, nobody.
Why should I sail with any of you? 4 of you have tried to kill me in the past. 1 of you succeeded.
Will, in Pirates 3, absolutely hates him.
Yep.
And what Jack is seeing, and this has a real life parallel, if I have antisocial PD, I may think I'm special enough and charming enough that I can abuse and mistreat people and they will always be there for me.
I can get away with this forever.
And Jack, his relationships with all of these characters and with Gibbs and everybody, I value them, but I don't care about them. I value them for what they can give me. I value them for their companionship, but he loses everybody because his selfish, manipulative deceitfulness finally catches up to him.
Sounds familiar, anyone? I use Jack Sparrow, and we all know Jack Sparrow is entertaining to watch, and very witty, and get a chuckle here and there. But this is serious. This is a very, like we would say, my Soros, we have this chant. We say this is a serious matter. This is a very serious matter. We really, really, really have to look in the mirror because, it may be where these people are so unrepentant, they are so deep in this personality disorder that they really can't see the error of their ways. Maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe it's just greed. But maybe, just maybe, mix a little antisocial personality disorder in there. Maybe they just really can't see the error of their ways. And maybe they really do need therapy. But I dare say, so do we as enablers. So do we. If you look at somebody who's in an abusive relationship, oftentimes, whether we want to say it out loud or not, we look at that person who is being abused and we say, why? We say to ourselves, we may not say it verbally, but we say to ourselves, why do you keep allowing this person to abuse you? Why you keep going back to this person knowing they done slap you up 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 times, but yet they tell you a 6th time they ain't gonna do it again. And you somehow forget the 1st through the 5th time and you go back for more. Why? Why do people do that? We often question it, even though they say we shouldn't say that out loud. But people think that about people who are in abusive relationships. I know some people who've been in abusive relationships for years. And I'm in the back of my mind thinking, well, Jesus Christ, when you gonna wake up and realize that this person's behavior ain't gonna change? We ain't supposed to say that out loud, but we think it. Right? What is wrong with you that you allow yourself to continue to be treated this way? This would we think. How little do you think of yourself? I get the psychology behind it, where the abuser beats that person's ego down to the point where they really don't think they have any worth outside of the abuser. So they make them afraid of stepping out. They rather deal with the devil they know than face the devil they don't know. And so they stay in the abuse. But for the rest of us looking in, we sitting there saying, how long are you going to let this person treat you like this? Before you finally break up and say enough is enough. Guess what, y'all? We need to be asking ourselves that question. We are the abused woman, the abused spouse. We keep allowing these people to slap us up and kick us up and stomp all over us. And we keep going back for more. And we got to determine in our mind, why do we think so little of ourselves? How have we let these people beat us down to the point where we really think we can't do this without them? Even though they keep slapping us up and kicking us up and beating us up and verbally abusing us every chance they get, but we keep letting them do it. We allow them to come back to us with all the nice smelling roses and, oh baby, I'm so sorry, and I love you, and I can never do this again, and I promise you it could be better next time. And we buy that garbage hook, line, and sinker and go back in, not realizing that every single time we do that, we give them permission to do it to us again. We telling them it's okay for you to kick my behind. That's what we're doing. So yes, they need to face consequences for the things that they do. And maybe it'll be enough to get their attention and make them realize that, we don't like you no more, even though we putting up with you. We don't like you no more. But for most of them, that ain't enough of a motivation, because that money's sweet and that power is sweet. But you and I have to look in the mirror and determine, what is it about us that we allowing ourselves to be abused again and again and again and keep going back for more? We have a call on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Good afternoon, Miss Malcolm.
Hi, caller.
Hi, Miss Malcolm. I just want to tell you that you really have a good show on today.
Thank you.
And this show today really do something to me. I mean, I've always watched your show and listened to other shows, but I mean, it's like, this take my whole body down. Like, I feel weak. I feel like sick. Like everything. It really did something to me today. And to see, watching your show, to see, this is really, you can see it in real lifetime, how we were treated or how we are being treated. And I just want you to know that this show is a really good show, and this did something to me today. Like, I reeked on my legs. I can't believe this is really had happened to us. Like, I feel like me at my age, I feel like I lose my whole life voting for these people and didn't get anywhere. Miss Malcolm, I mean, I tried to be the best citizen in the Bahamas, you know, to abide by the rules, the law. They tell you, go over here, fill out this application. Miss Malcolm, you know how long I've been waiting on a piece of Crown land? So I filled out 4 applications, Mrs. Malcolm. Every time, and I can't even get that. And Miss Malcolm, 10 years from now, I'll be 70. So I was like 19, and this is how they treat us. Oh my God, I feel like my whole life is wasted. Just voting for these people, and we didn't get nowhere. And I feel sick. Like, I feel sick to my stomach today. Thank you, Miss Malcolm. Appreciate your show.
Carla, I appreciate you calling, but you know, I want that feeling to move into action, and I hope that is the result of the show for everyone listening today. And I'm really happy that you called in, and I want to thank you for calling in and sharing that. But we have to stop being the enablers, because we can't rely on them to do the right thing. We just can't. They have demonstrated to us time and time again that they are either incapable or unwilling to do the right thing. So now the onus is upon us. Will we continue to be like the abused person and continue to give these people permission to beat us down? Because that's what we're doing. That is exactly what we are doing. And until we wake up and smell the coffee and decide enough is enough and we're going to do something about it, why should they stop? Why? Like Jack Sparrow said, pirate. Like, why are you surprised? I screwed you over. Pirate. That's what we do. We can't afford to wait any longer for them to grow a conscience. Because that clearly is not in their purview. The question now is, what are you going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? I want you to think on that while we go to this final break. Stay with us. This is GPS.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Blood sugar levels play a key role in your appetite, weight gain, and overall health. When you have a blood sugar spike, you can feel confused, dizzy, and even have increased cravings. Eating carbohydrates, sugary or fatty foods, and not exercising can all cause blood sugar spikes. But now you have help in managing blood sugar levels. Sweeties by Longevity was designed to help support healthy blood sugar levels, so you can power through your day. It's a synergistic blend of minerals, herbs, and nutrients that have been proven to support healthy blood sugar levels. Sweeties includes chromium, an essential trace mineral that's known for its contribution to healthy blood sugar levels and improved metabolism of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Cinnamon bark has been included for its naturally occurring antioxidants and support of a healthy heart. And we've even added Gymnema. It's been used in Ayurveda for centuries to help promote healthy blood sugar. All the ingredients in Sweeties work together to give the best support available for blood sugar control. Sweeties, the blood sugar support supplement from Youngevity that helps control cravings and manage blood sugar levels through your day. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for a rim fix and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
As you age, factors like health, weight, diet, and lifestyle can all impact your bones, joints, and general mobility. Even everyday exercise can lead to wear and tear on your body. Over time, you might start to experience stiffness or pain due to damaged joints or connective tissue. Ultimate Glucogel by Youngevity was created to help you limit the effects of wear on your joints. It delivers a daily dose of collagen-rich gelatin your body needs for joint elasticity and maintenance. Ultimate Glucogel contains a 1-to-1 ratio of gelatin and glucosamine sulfate, which is a key building block of your bone matrix, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and connective tissue. Gelatin's unique blend of amino acids not only help with muscle and joint health, but also has been shown to provide additional benefits for the brain, skin, and hair. Ultimate Glucogel. Natural, optimal daily support for joint health. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm here. You know, we've been flooded today with comments on Facebook, and unfortunately, I'm not obviously going to get to them all because we only have a minute left in the show. I want to thank everybody who is, you know, a part of the GPS family, whether you call in or send a message or, you know, just like and share the show. I do appreciate all of you. But understand that it's going to take more than a handful of people to change this system. And it will only change if we all come together as a collective and demand the change that we want to see. As long as you allow these people to divide us with politics and all the other techniques, all the other Jack Sparrow techniques that they use to keep us distracted and everything that they're doing, and as long as you're willing to take that and not stand up as a collective and do something about it, if you like it, let it kill you. That's my time, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. Tomorrow's a Wellness Wednesday show. Be sure to tune in tomorrow when we're going to look at a matter that pertains to your health. Until then, I'm Michelle Malcolm. Have a good one, everybody. Take care.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners